Here we go. Okay. Voila. Hello and welcome here. My name is Denise Willerton. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in East St. Paul, Manitoba, Canada. I want to welcome you here. If you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, why is that there? Sorry about the banner that's there. I don't want that there. There we go. If you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please don't leave. Maybe I'll leave you with some inspiration with working on your May paper pumpkin. If you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would be honored to help you with your creativity needs, whether you have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator or not. I will help you with that. Let me get back to the comments. Okay, here we go. So we have Wendy, Darlene, and Kathy. Oh, and Debbie. Hello, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to share so I can enter your name. I have one spot left for a paper share. If anybody is interested. Oh, you sent me another message. Okay, let me take a peek at that. That's okay. Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all, Wendy. No worries. So Darlene, you shared, and Wendy, you shared, and Debbie, did you share? Did I miss that? I'm not sure if you shared yet, Deb. Anyway, so I am working on the paper share right now, getting that all cut and ready to go. I do have, again, one spot left if anybody's interested. We are going to create an angle gatefold. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, or let me see, or this link here that I just sent you, you can copy and paste that into your browser, and it will take you to this dimensions and cutting guide. You gotta love live TV, right? You don't get a do-over. So let's get going on this. We're going to start with 11, and yes, I'm looking at my cheat notes, 11 by 5.5, and we're going to score on, let me move your share names before they go missing. And don't forget to let me know if you have shared. So we're scoring at, so basically we're making a gatefold, okay? Oh, okay, thank you, Deb. You know what, I like to look and see if anybody did share so that I don't miss it, and sometimes I forget to do that. So we're going to score at 3 3/8. So 3/8 is 2 tick marks back towards the 3-inch, back towards this. Wow, 2 tick marks less than 3.5. Okay, that's 3 3/8. And what we're going to do, just for simplicity, we're going to pull that out and we're going to just repeat. So we're going to go 3 3/8, flip, and 3 3/8 again. And now we're going to do some cutting. You're going to have to excuse my cutting blade because it's dull, and I ordered some more, and they're not here yet, and I know I have some somewhere. Full disclosure here, I'm embarrassed. I don't remember where I put them. So I don't know if you can see this, but right here, let me see if I can see that score line right there? There is the score line, okay? So we're going to put that score line in this track like so, and we're going to bring this tip here, like let's do that right now. We're going to bring that tip to right here on the edge, okay? So that is basically 1.5, okay? So that's what we're cutting. So 1.5, I don't want that to move. And then let's just swing so that I get my score line in my track, and then we're going to slice, okay? So that's how you do that one. Now this one here, we want to slice here. We're going to take this corner down below. We're going to measure at 1 inch. So here is my 1 inch right here. Let's hold that down and let's swing this point, that point right there. Let's swing that into the track. Let's take a second look to make sure I'm still at 1 inch. We're going to bring the blade down here because I don't want to cut at a point. I want to cut at a straight line. Okay, so there you go. There is the fold that we're doing. Okay, let's repeat that on this side. Okay, so we're going to go right here on this white edge, which is my 1.5 mark. Let's hold that. Here's my score. Let's bring that into the track. We're going to close that. I'm good. And again, I want a straight edge there. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to bring this corner to 1 inch. Let's hold that down. Let's swing this corner around. Am I making sense? So that corner now is in the track. I'm just past 1 inch there. And I like my placement. Let's bring the blade up because again, I don't want to start cutting where there's a point, okay? I want to cut where there is a straight edge. So there is our card base. Did that make sense? It's in your cutting guide, okay? Now we're going to grab, and here's the paper pumpkin, okay? Did I bring that forward? Yes. So here is May's paper pumpkin, okay? It's definitely masculine cards, okay? And I like to, when I do get paper pumpkin, I do like to try and do alternatives. So here are the 3 card bases that you get, okay? It's too late to do this one now. We're up now for June and it looks stunning. Here are the decorative envelopes, okay, that go with this paper pumpkin. And there are some vellum elements in here. So these beauties are vellum. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that is vellum. Anyway, let's get back to our card. So I took a card base from the paper pumpkin and I cut it twice, and these measure. So on your cutting guide, I've got the card base, I've got the DSP for each side, and I also have a neutral light cardstock for inside, okay? So we're going to grab our DSP, and these measure 5 3/8 by 3 1/4. We're basically going to repeat the same thing that we just did. So the cut along the top, I want this at the 1.5, pardon me, the 1.5 mark. Let's get this point in the track. Let's get that at 1.5. And I like where I am. We want our blade where we've got that straight edge. Okay. And now we're going to, I have a smoke tickle. We're going to do the same thing here. This corner here is going in the track. It doesn't seem like it's smoky outside, but I bet you it is. I apologize. Okay. And I think it's all the talking that I do as well. Okay, so back to here. We've got that sliced. I want this tip in my track, and I want that tip at my 1 inch. So here's my 1 inch, and it looks good. So if I fold my card base, this is what I have. So with what I just cut here, it's going to go on that side. This is terrible. I am so sorry. I'm not sick. I honestly am not. Okay, so because all of these were cut at that angle, I need to make sure when I grab my second piece of design paper that I'm cutting at the right angle. I don't want to cut the same way that I just did this. We want to go the opposite way because we want it to fit in there. So we're going to put this corner in the track, and we're going to swing this corner around till we get to the 1.5. And my 1.5 is right there. And I'm nicely in the corner. Let's give that a slice from, again, that straight edge. And now this is where we want to cut at 1 inch. So this point goes in the track. This point swings out to 1 inch. Bring our blade down. Looks good. Oh boy. Yeah, I just, and you're hacking away here for the whole world. Okay, so we've got that done. I cut a piece of, this is our new cloud cover. I adore this color. This is called Cloud Cover, and it's beautiful. So this neutral light cardstock measures 4 1/8 by 5 3. That's going to go on the inside of our card. And I believe, yeah, all of our cutting is done. Now, before I put that down, let's get some scrap paper and let's get a little bit of stamping done, because I want to put, so these birds, I should show you the stamp set. Here's the stamp set that came with this paper pumpkin. Okay, so it's got lots of really neat sentiments, and we've got a flock of birds and then just a little grouping of birds. Okay, let's grab our Secret Sea, soon becoming one of my favorite colors. Yes, Kathy, I love this color too. Let's ink up these birds, and let's make sure that they're not upside down, because that would look really unfortunate to have a flock of birds flying upside down. So that's all I want to do with that. Oh, you know what? I should have kept that open. I want to take just that little flock, and again, I want to make sure this is the top. I don't want my birds upside down. Let's just put a few birds flocking on here. I'll clean that in a minute. Okay. Let's get our adhesive on here. This little glue pod is coming to a close. And I guess I should have done a dry fit first, which is what I normally do. So sometimes it is a smidge off. Keep in mind, it's a handmade card. Okay, let's put this little piece of neutral on the inside. What a gorgeous day. Oh, you know what? You girls are going to think I'm absolutely crazy. Yeah. So when I first started doing lives, we went live at 3 o'clock. And then that was messing with me because there were moments where my kids needed me to pick up my grandkids at school. I know, isn't it pretty? And it's paper pumpkin. I'm like, what? Paper pumpkin has come a long way. So anyway, we started at 3, and then I had to move that just because of grandma duty, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And again, I forgot to do a dry fit, but it seems to fit quite nicely. So I hope you got all of that cutting directions done and that it made sense. We're going to take a strip, and this is our belly band, and that measures 1 inch by 10, okay? And we're going to score just one side at 2 1/4. So then we moved the live to 10 a.m. And I did 10 a.m. for quite some time. And then I thought, you know what? It would be neat to just have a little more time in the morning. And so we moved it to noon, which is where we are now. So there's my score at 2 1/4. But now that summer is here, you know where I'm going. I was very restless this morning waiting for noon to happen. So the reason why I don't like to score at both ends is whenever I do, I find that my belly band is way too tight. So I score at one end, and then I don't pull this super, super tight. I want to give myself a little bit of wiggle room. I don't know if you can see that. See how this little edge right here is not, I don't know if you can tell. Not really, but it's not right flush with the card. It's about, I would say, about a 1/16 of an inch. I want that wiggle room. So let's just give that a press there, and then let's give that a burnish. Okay, so this morning I was restless waiting for noon, and I kind of puttered in the yard a little bit, but I didn't want to get dirty and mucky. So I'm thinking I want to move my lives to 11 a.m. How does that sound? I think 11 a.m. just feels like a happy medium. So there's our belly band ready to go. And I think, well, you know what? Let's just put that down. So we're just going to put a little bit of adhesive. We want to make sure we're not going too far out. And let's put a little bit here. So now I know we are good. Hopefully 11 is good. So that's what I'm thinking. So sometimes when you put in a belly band, you have to gently fold your card over, but see how I've got how it's really easy. Okay, so there's our belly band. Now we're going to take the envelope and we're going to grab, I love these dies. Who has these dies? This is called Textured Notes dies. I love these dies. And I'm going to cut a little piece of design paper. You know what? Why don't we Oh no, I did bring my big one. I did bring my big guy. Okay. So here's where I cut panels from the other envelope. Okay. I love these dies, Wendy. And hard to pick a favorite, right? When there's so many products that are amazing. Let's get that down. Well, you know what? I'm going to go up here. It doesn't really matter where you cut it, but I was just thinking it would be nice to have a little bit of a length for possibly something else. So here we go. And did you hear that clunk? That was because of the straight edge. I didn't put it in at an angle. Okay, so let's get this guy out of the way. Yeah, these dies are so beautiful. So there is that. And what I did was I measured this so that I could figure out how big of a frame, because I really wanted to pop this even further. And so we've got that little frame thing happening. And did anybody see where I put my silicone mat? I put it away. You know what? Let's stamp this. We're going to make this into a masculine birthday card, because you can never have too many of those. And this is the happy birthday from this paper pumpkin. And I am going to center that ish, and hopefully I'm straight. When you ink up a photopolymer, once you get the tap, tap, tap done and you get the ink on it, you don't want to change your mind and set it down and do another little thing and then ink it and then stamp, because with photopolymer, the ink will move a little bit unless you huff it and you kind of moisten up that ink again. Okay? With red rubber, you have a little more leeway. Let's put, so again, this is from the envelope. Let's get some adhesive on that, and let's frame this. Just try to, and I am like way over on the other side. So I think I'm going to plant the rest of my flowers this weekend. We've got my mother's 90th birthday celebration happening. And so I really want my flowers in. I took a piece of this gorgeous ribbon, and this is the white 100% polyester number 165562. It's gorgeous. It doesn't see the texture in there. It's fabulous. I am going to put a little it doesn't really matter which way this goes. Let's put, looking for my ruler, I am going to eyeball center-ish. Let's put just a little strip down there. I could have used my stamp and seal, but this is easier for me to make sure that I am straight. And now we're just going to eyeball straight. So there's my tape right there. And let's just swing this around. And now I'm going to grab my stamp and seal. Let's just put a little line there. Am I straight? Whoopsie. I want to be as straight as I can. Okay, so now that I know where I'm going, I'll put a little line there and pull that over like so. So we've got a seam, and it doesn't matter because we're going to pop this little beauty right on there like so. I know, 90 years old, so she's just a trooper. She golfs every Monday morning. She does 10 holes with her friend. We're going to put dimensionals in here. I'm going to stay closer to the center, okay? She loves to line dance and still does. Yeah, she's a trooper. She is a trooper. So we're just kind of staying center here. Pretty fast card. That's going to go down right over all those seams. Here's our card. Here's our belly band. Not too tight. And now let's get some basic gray smoky slate pearls on there, okay? Let's just pop that. You don't want to put any of the pearls or rhinestones or embellishments on your card, because then your belly band's going to get hooked up. I feel like I am like miles away. Is that better? I feel like I was miles away. And here's the smaller ones up there. These are so beautiful. And then let's get another big, darker one down there. So there is one card, okay? Let's quickly do another one. So it's going to be a recap of what we just did. And depending on the time, I will either fully finish it or not. So let's grab another. Here's a whole bunch that I got ready to go. Okay, so here's our card base. We're going to score at, I still need my cheat sheets. Thank you, Darlene. It's a really neat masculine card, you know. So we're scoring at 3 3/8. We're going to flip and we're going to do it again. So 1, 2, 3/8 is right there. And now my blue nail polish gets to clash crazy with my mossy meadow. So this is mossy meadow, 3 3/8. So there's our scores, okay? So our top one is 1.5, which brings us to here. So let's get that score mark in the track, and let's just swing this down to 1.5, and I'm in the track. Did this all make sense when I did it the first time? So this is our 1 inch. So here's my 1 inch mark, right? For like on this corner, there's my 1 inch mark. And then let's swing that corner into the track and cut from the bottom. Okay. So here's the 1.5. So that's this corner right here. We're going to swing. I need more room. So there's my score mark. There's my score mark in the track. And yep, looking good. Give that a cut. That's my 1.5 mark. Now I want a 1 inch mark, which is right here. Swing that corner into the track. Who's going to give this a go? Thank you, Wendy. That is so sweet. And I need your help with this one. Let's take care of our design paper first, okay? So which way do I want this to open? There's really no right or wrong, so I guess it doesn't matter. So this top corner, this is my 1.5 cut, okay? So that corner is going right here at 1.5, and this corner is swinging into my track. And then I just want to take another look and make sure I'm good. We want to cut from this edge here. Thank you so much. This is going to be our 1-inch cut, and this corner is in the track. Now this is where you want to take a look and make sure that when you cut your second piece that you're going in the right direction, right? Because this one fits here, this one is going to fit there. So we're cutting from here to this side. So this is our 1.5. So find your 1.5, find this corner, the top corner. Make sure that you are lined up again. Looks good. We're cutting from that edge, not the point. Now from the cut edge, that's where our 1 is. You want that side to always be long, okay? So this is going to be 1 inch, which brings us right here, and let's swing that corner into the track. Bring your blade down, and there you go, okay? And now while we've got this out, let's score. Get your cut blade out of the way. Let's score your belly band at 2 1/4. And all of my cutting and scoring is done. Okay, let's get these down, and this is where I'm going to want some input, okay? I try really hard when I do my lives for this to basically be an online class. So if your instructions are super vague, wrong side. What happened here? Oh no, right side. Oh, my cutting is way off. What happened? What did I do? I cut this one right, totally wrong. I'm not sure what I did there. Maybe it was the wrong size. I'm going to have to get another piece of that. I'm not sure what I did. So this is going to go down here, and of course I didn't do a dry fit. I'm curious, what did I do here? What did I do here? I wonder if I cut this wrong. Because this, let's just see here. Yeah, that fits down there. Let's take another look on that side here. I don't know if I can salvage that. So that would have been at 1.5. No, because now it's going to be all mucked up. Je ne sais pas what I did. I do not know. I wonder if my score mark was off. This was where I was going to ask a question. I'm going to fix this, but I don't know that I have time on camera. I don't want this glue to stick on here. So this is going to repeat on this side, okay? So do we want petal pink in there? Okay, Darlene, thank you. That is so sweet. So do we want petal pink in here, like so? Or do we want, somehow I don't think this is the color. Or do we want, well, that could work too. So this is Old Olive, and this is Soft Seafoam, and it's cut the wrong size. So which one do we want? Do we want Petal Pink, Old Olive, or Soft Seafoam? I think I know kind of where I'm leaning, but I want to see where you're leaning. Okay, and then I am going to cut another piece of this and see if we can salvage that size while I'm waiting. Okay, so Petal Pink, Old Olive, Soft Seafoam. Let's get that paper pumpkin kit out again and find that same, which one did I do? Was that the, we're going to grab that side, not that it matters. And that design paper is 3 1/4. Old Olive, Old Olive, Old Olive. Okay, I am surprised. 3 1/4. This is going to let me know where I went wrong by, and I think I cut off, yeah, I cut off from the bottom by 5 3/8. 5 3/8. That's right. Okay, let's see what I did wrong. I sure hope it wasn't my card base, because that's going to make it really interesting. So we're covering this side, so I know I want to go this way with my cut. So 1 1/2 and my point in there. So 1 1/2. Oh, you know what? I scooted over to 1 3/4. I wonder if that's what I did last time too. So that's in the corner and that's in the corner. 1 1/2. Is that the same cut? It's not the same cut. I cut it wrong. Okay, so that's the 1 1/2 at the top. And now here's that long side that we want right here. So this is going to be our 1 inch cut. So this corner is going to find our 1 inch mark. This point is going to tuck into the track, and everything looks good. Cut from the bottom, not from the point. Let's pull that in just a smidge. Okay. Yeah, I cut this one entirely incorrect. Please fit. Drum roll, please, ladies. There it is. It fits. Not sure what I did. Well, I am sure what I did there. I cut my design paper incorrectly. Let's get some adhesive down on here. Let's bring back our card. And we're going to put some Old Olive down in the center. So there's our Old Olive. but we want some birds on here. I mean, you can do other stamping as well. And we're going to stick with the Secret Sea. I want that contrast. And I need a piece of scrap paper so that I can stamp that bird twice. Perfect. So we have birds flying on the grass. Okay, let's put that down. Whoopsie. Yes. You know what? I don't mind that I make mistakes when I do my lives, because it shows you that I always don't get things right either. Whoopsie. Like, this is not cut. I would have wanted to go closer to the score lines. Where did I put my, there's my little one. And let's just, I smudged. Okay, tuck that away. We've got our score mark for our belly band. Let's hug our card, but not too tightly. So what I do is, right now I think I'm hugged tightly. So here's my score on that side. All I do is I take this part here and I just pull it this way, just a smidge, and then press down to give me that wiggle room that I want. And then I give that a burnish. I make sure that I'm nice and square, and I give that a burnish. Okay, so let's get that stuck down. We're going to put a little bit at this end here, and then a little bit right there. So this way I know that that end is actually going to be adhered down. Okay, and then we are going to grab the peach type envelope and that same die from here, unless we change this one up and do a different sentiment. We can go long and narrow. It doesn't matter. So what we have here is, you mean the world to me, to a wonderful man. I love you. Best dad ever. That's so hard because I don't have my dad anymore, and I know some of you don't either. And I still miss my dad. I had a beautiful dream the other night where I was hanging with my dad, and it was the best. Best dad ever. You're the greatest. Or Happy Father's Day. So you know what, girls? Let me know what sentiment you want, and maybe we'll use a different die. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting, I'm going to wrap my belly band with the ribbon, okay? So we're going to put a little down, eyeballing center. Where did I put my ruler? So I don't know if you can see the sentiments. They don't really show up, do they? But if I removed this, I think maybe now you can see them a little bit better. So you mean the world to me. For a wonderful man, I love you. Best dad ever. You're the greatest. Or Happy Father's Day. So let's center our ribbon and pull that over. Note takers, let's put a strip here. I would do a more generic one like "You're the Greatest." Yeah, then it goes for anything, doesn't it? Good call, Darlene. So let's make sure that we're straight here. And let's bring that straight across, like so. I'm getting very sticky. I stuck my fingers in the glue when I was pulling my faux pas off. You're the greatest. You're the greatest. Do I wait a few minutes or do I just go for it? I've got 2 for "You're the Greatest," which is that long, narrow one. Actually, you know what? That might be a nice one to do because, actually, you know what? Because I'm putting it on a belly band, I think I want something that sticks out. So why don't we do "For a Wonderful Man" or "You Mean the World to Me"? I want to see. I'm going to go with "You Mean the World to Me" because I like how it fits in here. Does this one? That one is going to get cut off just a little bit. Let's change it up and let's do "You Mean the World to Me." And actually, that's a good thing because I have not inked this up again. So I want to remind you of that little trick. When you have not inked up a photopolymer, you want to use Versamark. Yeah, Happy Father's Day is long and narrow as well. Let's put that right here because I'm not going to lose it, right? And that doesn't fit. You Mean the World to Me. You are going to put some Versamark on there and not even worry about it. Let's cut our panel. Whoa, that just about went flying. So yeah, I am not afraid to cut my envelopes when they have a pretty design on them. This would be a nice card for Dean because my hubby is a pretty amazing man and he's a keeper. Okay, so there we go from our envelope. Let's Versamark that again. And okay, trick question. Where's my secret C? There you go. Wow. So there's that same one again that we just used. And I just go straight on here after the Versamark and you just get a nicer stamp image. There you go. Pardon me. And let's put that down on an old olive, which I just actually happen to have. I think I had everything cut for old olive and then thought, oh, you know what? I'll give you girls a choice. but I do like the old olive choice. Okay, now we're going to put dimensionals down the center of that, and I put my dimensionals. Darlene made a new 3D item, and it's a dimensional holder, and I can't wait to get my hot little hands on it because I'm always looking for my dimensions. And if they have a home, somehow I feel like they won't go missing as often. Let's remove that. And we're going to put the same antique pearls, or no, they weren't called antique. What were they? They were called the Basic Gray and Smoky. So there's our sentiment. You need one. You need one what? Oh, yes, Kathy, did you see it? Oh my goodness. I'm going to go with the lighter ones on this one. I know, I can't wait to get mine. Let's put a large one there and then a small one sort of beside it. And let's grab another large one and put it right down there. And again, you do not want any gems on the card because then it's going to impede your belly band. And so here we go. Come on, little card. There we go. So there is that one. Let's grab all of the ones that I have done with this paper pumpkin. We will do the draw. I will clean my stamps after and put everything away. So here's the one with dimensional holder, that is. Yes, I can't wait. This is the one with petal pink. I'm going to put that right there. This features Misty Moonlight. This is another petal pink, but with a cloud cover insert. And this one is my prototype. This is the first one that I did. So I used twine instead of ribbon, and I put some of the gems down on the belly band because I just felt that the belly band was too boring. And so that's why I went with the ribbon, okay? And is that all gonna get in there? Well, let's see. Let's go like so. So there we go. There are the 4 angled gatefold that we did. And again, there's the link for your printout for you, okay? So you can either take a screenshot or you can print it out nicely, and I've got my contact info down below on the printout, okay? So if I do not call your name and you did share, please let me know. Lucy must be at work, but Lucy shared earlier. And Debbie, thank you, darling. And for all the beautiful comments, Wendy and Dar. Hello, Susan. How are you? And Kathy. Okay, so again, that's the May Paper Pumpkin. Did anybody else share that I missed for the draw? Okay, so we're going to go like this, and we're going to go like this. It's such a fun cut. Such a fun cut. And you know what? It's a great way to use your design paper, okay? So when my live is done, I am going to get my paper share cut, and oh, Wendy, you're so welcome. And that'll be ready for pickup. Susan, I will have your paper cut ready for you, but the blades are not here yet, so I'll let you know when that comes if you just want to come one time. I think I get it mid next week, that order. So did anybody else share that I missed? Did anybody else? Darlene, that's so nice. Did anybody else share that I missed? I don't think so. Let's see who the winner is today. And I don't know if there's anybody watching on Facebook, but for some reason it's just not working. Can't post comments to some destinations. I don't know why, but it's not working. So if you are on Facebook and you're watching and you're commenting, I apologize. So I have one name, and the winner is Dar. So I need to know which card you want, Darlene. I've got the two with the trees, this one, and this one with the twine, okay? And I have these two with petal pink, one with cloud cover and one with old olive, okay? Let me know which one you want, Dar, and I will tuck that away for you. And then when I see you, I will get my dimensional holder and you will get your card. So let me know which one you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one do you want, my dear? Are you sure, Dar? Okay, I will pick another one. Here we go. The winner is, I have one name, and the winner is Lucy. And Lucy is not here, so I will have to take a picture and see which one she wants, okay? Thank you for hanging out with me. For those that are on Facebook, if you are, and I'm not seeing your comments, I am so sorry. I am not sure what's happening there, but I will see if I can get that rectified. Have a beautiful weekend. It's almost here. God bless. Take care and happy stamping. We'll talk to you later. Bye.